Kortney here, and today on K&K I'm going to be reviewing the brand new NARSissist loaded, oops, I dropped it, loaded eyeshadow palette. So this is available at NARS.com. I'll be sure to link it in the description box below if you want to go check it out. It's $59, and then on March 28th it's also going to be available at Ulta and Sephora, and whenever it's available there I'll be sure to link it down below. And guys, I might have ordered an extra one, so make sure you watch the end of this video because you don't want to miss out. So here is what the little packaging looks like. It's really pretty. It has this gold mirror effect. I wouldn't say it's rose gold. It's more of like a gold tint. You can see all my filming setup, but I love the mirror, and it just says NARSissist on it. And $59, as I said, and in the back of it, it has the eyeshadow names. And I'm just going to go ahead and read you the eyeshadow names, but I've looked at them and some of them I can't pronounce, so I'm just not going to embarrass myself and not read them. But I'll insert a picture here of what they are if you want to go check them out. And then here is what the palette looks like on the inside. So you have a really big mirror, and then you have lots of pretty shades. A lot of neutrals. Definitely if you are into smoky eye or just neutrals in general, this palette is for you. I mean, look at all of those neutral colors. And then also it came with a little card that gives you some ideas for tutorials and stuff like that. So these always come in handy if you don't know what to do with a new palette. And I went ahead and swatched all of these on my arm, and they are very, very pretty. They are super pigmented. All the colors showed up really well besides one, and that's just because it was so light it wouldn't show up on my skin. But they're all super pretty. They swatch very well. There's not very much fallout. The only thing is, whenever I swatched them, it did kind of make the palette a little bit dirty, as you can kind of see. But I mean, most people aren't going to be swatching this with their fingers on a daily basis. Like for me, after today, I'm not going to swatch it anymore. And so a little eyeshadow brush isn't going to make the palette dirty, or at least I would assume it's not. And it didn't even get that dirty. That's just something I wanted to note. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and swatch them, and the way I'm going to do that is just going down like that. So the first shade, you have a really pretty white shimmer shade, which is right there. And then you have like a lighter cream, and then you have a shimmer, I don't know what, like it's almost like a gray or something, a taupe maybe, I don't even know what to call it. So there are those three colors on my finger, and then right there's the first one, and see, that one didn't show up as well, but it would be a really good like crease shade. And then also you have that shimmer shade right there. And then for the next three, so the first one, you have a really, really light cream shade, nude shade, whatever you want to call it. This is the one that did not show up on my skin at all whenever I swatched it. It's right there. And then, oh, also fun fact, I just did a tutorial with this eyeshadow palette, so I could give you a full review and use it before I like actually talked about it. And there is what it looks like. I really, really like the way it turned out, and if you want to see that, it's going to be coming out, or I'm going to post it tomorrow, so I'll be sure to link it up there in the corner whenever it's live. But this is the one I used in my crease shade, and it showed up really well. Like, I feel like that one should maybe be called like creme brulee or something. Okay, so there are those three. Super pretty as well. That's that one that wouldn't show up. And then you have the one that I used in my crease for my tutorial today. It's kind of like, I would call that like creme brulee. And then you have like a brown shimmer right there. Now moving on to the next three, you have a really, really pretty gold shimmer shade, which is right there. And then you kind of have like a matte, I don't really know what you call that, kind of like a dark burnt orange right there. And then you have a mocha. I would call that one a dark, dark mocha. So there's the gold. As you can see, the gold is super pretty. I use that in my inner corner, and it worked really well. And then you have like the kind of burnt orange, and then the mocha is kind of what I would call it. And so those three are right there, and as you can see, all of those showed up really well. All of these colors work really well together, like they're interchangeable. You could make so many different looks with this, just on the darker neutral side. And now for the last row, you kind of you have a matte lighter brown right there, and then you kind of have a darker brown and then a black shimmer. Actually, I don't know if that's shimmer or not. That may be matte. I'm not for sure. I can't tell when it's definitely shimmer, but it's not like a super shimmery shade. So there are those three. And again, there they are right there. And then there they are swatched. So you have that one, and then the black one. Let me see how many shimmer shades there are. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I believe there's 6 shimmer shades and 6 matte shades. So you have half and half. Overall, I mean, these swatches speak for themselves. Especially my camera is not going to focus on them that well, and you can, I mean, I know you guys can see how well they showed up. They're not splotchy at all. Very high pigmentation. I mean, overall, I just think they're really gorgeous. And I know this eyeshadow palette, it does only have 12 shades, and I know it's kind of on the more expensive side, but if you are a neutral person or you just love doing smoky eyes, this palette is for you. The only palette that I could like compare this to, I would think would be the Naked Smoky palette. And because I don't really have that many palettes that are all like dark and neutrals. So I would compare this to Naked Smoky. I wish I had the smoky one with me, but overall it is a really good palette. You know, with a higher price, you are paying for quality, and these are all like very good quality. The only thing I wish they would have done maybe is added the names actually on right here on the front. I don't like when they, especially with like makeup tutorials and stuff, it's hard to say which shade you're using and then look on the back and say, oh, I'm using Windsor or whatever. So it's kind of hard to do that, and I wish they would have added them on the front, but that's like my only suggestion, or kind of not even really a complaint, just something I would like to see on this. Packaging is super gorgeous, as I already said, and I'll go ahead and give you guys, oh, sorry, Karlee's calling me. I'll go ahead and give you guys a little overview again. And again, if you're just using an eyeshadow brush, I don't think the palette would get dirty. It's just because I've been using my fingers to swatch it with super pretty palette, lots of neutrals. You know, if you're a neutral girl, this palette is for you. I know my mom would absolutely love this palette because all she wears is neutrals. And again, I'll go ahead and insert a picture here of these swatches so you can see them just a little bit better. And now on to the fun part, you guys. So we happened to order another palette. So if you want to win one of these for yourself, all you have to do is hit that red subscribe button down below. And if you want 2 bonus entries, you can follow both of us on Instagram. That's all you have to do. And there will be a few more like rules and regulations in the description box below. So make sure you check there. And I guess that's it. But don't forget to go enter to win this giveaway, because this palette is super awesome. I really do love it. And also don't forget to go watch the tutorial I did using this palette to create this look. I'll be sure to have it linked down below in the description box. And I guess that's it. So thanks for watching K&K, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!